Hey, thanks for watching. This is going to be an update video on generally my life, what's been happening since I've been gone in the areas of my work, my family, sort of personal life, and upcoming plans. So first of all, I guess for me, the elephant in the room is why I left, why I disappeared. I was gone for about a month when I had been uploading pretty regularly, 1 to 2 times a week. And that was something that I kind of wanted to address because I was disappointed in myself for being gone for that long. And the real reason is, frankly, I was frustrated in myself for my own lack of progress, number one. And number two is I didn't know how to explain that, in how to sort of articulate what was going on in a way that I felt comfortable with. So that's sort of the brief explanation, is I got frustrated with myself. And this happens a lot. And this is a whole process of me reassessing myself and how I speak to myself, how I handle myself, because I want to grow, right? My ultimate goal is growth and self-development. So specifically progress in the area of income and finances. And this is silly as I shake my head because I know that it's a slow process. So let me just kind of pause at the outset, and I'm going to try to get you guys some timestamps because I know that timestamps are always helpful, so you can skip through if you feel like I'm rambling, which I have a lot to say, and I fully know that I tend to use a lot of words to do that sometimes. So again, I'll try to timestamp everything so you know what's going on. So this is sort of the personal development thing, and then the work, family, and upcoming plans will come later. But what I really had to look at myself for was my internal voice and how I speak to myself, because I can blame everything outside of me all I want, but it's not going to make a difference in my own progress. And what I really want to see is progress. I don't care what I have to do in order to make that progress. And sometimes for me, it's being humble enough to say where I'm wrong and where I need to, it's always being humble enough to say where I'm wrong and where I need to change. So frankly, that has this platform, and especially looking at the comments are a big one for me, even though I'm such a small channel and I get so few views, but comments can really either send me in a positive direction, but sometimes in a negative direction, if that one comment is sort of speaking to me in a way that just amplifies my interior voice of doubt and negativity. So I really am working on a process of allowing the positive voice to speak louder than any negative influences outside. Okay, so that's all, again, long and rambly, but a way of saying that it was my own sort of internal voice that kept me from making an update on what's happening financially and from a personal life. Also because, again, progress is so slow. Progress is, I say it's rarely linear, it's almost never linear. And there are some things that I just didn't feel comfortable addressing at the moment, and now I feel a little bit better. So it took about a month for that to happen, but here we are. So in the areas of work, I am excited to talk about this because, and again, it's huge to me, small potentially in the grand scheme, but it's a step in the right direction. So I mentioned through a couple of videos that I was offered and accepted a new role with my current company. It's a lateral move, but I am so grateful and thankful that I have this role due to some sort of shifting and changes in the team that I was in at the beginning of the year. It has taken me, I'm still learning that role, and it is a long process. There are so many sort of intricacies in this current role that I'm still figuring out, and it's, I would say, about 3 times more work than my previous job because I'd been doing that job for so long. I am feeling invigorated and enlivened with this new role, and it's exciting. So there's that, but there's a lot more work, which again, I'm very, very thankful for. And the exciting thing is that this position has an element of commission, which is interesting. I have actually been in that type of a position before, and it didn't turn out well because it was like 90% commission. This percent is a smaller percentage, but it's still there, and it's a nice incentive. I was not expecting that sort of additional income potential, and it's kind of a nice sort of added incentive. It's not paying anyone's bill, but it actually is paying my bills. And again, it's a step in the right direction. I am not in any way, and it's not a sales role at all, but it is an interesting incentive. So I'm really excited to have that possibility. And I would say for the first time in a long time that I've had this sort of ability to earn incremental income within my current position, which is very exciting. So that's what's going on the work side. And it's, again, exciting to be able to say that I am on an upward trajectory when it comes to income. Really, really exciting. So in the area of family, this is a good one because, again, it's all about learning and growth. And I feel like parenting, more than anything, I was talking with a friend, and she's like, parenting is humbling. And I'm like, that is the number one word I would use, is humbling. And it really is. So right now, and I'm trying to be very diplomatic in how I phrase what's going on in our parenting, my husband and my parenting journey, we are dealing with other people's expectations of our child. And it's very frustrating when other people are saying I don't want to say there's a problem, but other people are putting their expectations on our child. And this is something I know parents deal with. When you put your kid out in the world, people have opinions on your kid. And I'm like, you know what? And I've just practiced, you know what, thank you very much for thank you so much for your input. And I'm practicing saying, thank you so much for your input. We appreciate your input. Thank you so much. We appreciate what you have to say. And that may be another way of me saying, I kind of want to give you the middle finger right now. And this is not helpful at all, but that's not the direction I want to take. So that's, again, under the theme of being humble and taking that on board. And I am someone, again, I know this about myself, sort of interior self-improvement work. I know that I am someone that when I get hold of an issue, I'm like a dog with a bone, and I don't want to let go, and I hold grudges. I hold grudges, and I don't want to be that way. And I know that nothing good is gained from that. It makes me feel better for a little bit but it doesn't help anything in the long run. And it actually does the opposite of helping. It hinders. So this is something that I am learning every day, and sort of daily releasing. That's Brendan Burchard does a release meditation, and I used to do that daily for a long stretch of time, for many, many months at a time. And I think that the idea of just releasing what is not within your control and taking appropriate action when necessary is very important. So that is what I am in the process of doing. And then again, accepting people's input in the spirit in which it was intended. If it was intended in a good-spirited, just a good-spirited input, that's all it was intended. And you can say, thank you very much, I appreciate your input, and move along. That, again, took a lot of emotional energy for me these past 4 weeks, and I didn't realize how much energy until just recently, because we've spoken with a number of professionals, and I finally had you can find, if you have an opinion, you can find someone to support your opinion, but I found someone who, one of the people we spoke to kind of echoed what I was feeling on the inside, and it just felt very validating. I'm being very cryptic. Let me know if you want more information when I am able and ready to share. I would be happy to share about what's going on in my parenting journey, because again, it's about me. I can't speak for my child because she is absolutely doing exactly her job, which is to learn and grow at her own pace. That is her job. My job as a parent is to manage my own expectations, and that is a challenge just across the board. So that is what's going on in the area of family. And I also realized that when I last updated in April, I was getting ready to go to a Ramit Sethi event, and that happened on April 10th, and it was great. It was amazing. I've mentioned this to a few people. I almost felt a little bit bored, and I feel like that was fantastic because, number one, so I went with my husband, and I feel like I was glad that I felt bored, because for the most part, I feel like we are maybe 90%, 90 to 98%, 95, 98% on the same page with our money, in what we're actually doing with our money. There are some things that we disagree on, and at that point I need to say, okay, this is my money and how I manage it, and this is your money and how you manage it, and I will allow him to manage his cash flow and he allows me to manage my cash flow. And that is what we do. We are both, and I think we're both learning to trust each other. Again, we've been together for 6 years, and married for 2. So, and he lived 50 years before me, and I lived my life before him, and it is time to begin to trust each other, to share our financial details. And it's a learning and a growth process. It's a wonderful process. It's a challenging process. And I think that as far as I am concerned, and I'm someone with unrealistically high expectations, and I feel like in this area, I am satisfied with where we're heading with our money jointly together as a team. So I realized that, and I was like, wow, like I said that out loud to him, and I'm like, I'm pretty satisfied with where we're heading as a team. And he was like, I think he felt good about that. I was like, that's awesome, like rad. So that was really encouraging. And that event was a great sort of catalyst to start talking about, I mean, not to start because we do talk about money, to have a framework to talk about money together as a couple. So that's where we were as far as the Ramit Sethi update. And then for upcoming plans, I'm really excited because my sister booked for us and we paid her money. We booked a vacation at the end of August. My daughter's birthday is at the end of August. So we're going to North Carolina. We rented a beach house, and we were thinking like, why go all the way? And the reason is because we can get more house for a reasonable amount, which is great. We have 4 bedrooms, and they have king size beds, and it's within, it's a walk to the ocean, and we have access to a pool. And those were my top 4 things. So queen beds, 4 bedrooms with their own bathrooms, 4 bathrooms, walk to the ocean, and access to a pool, which very, very, very excited for. So that is coming up very soon. So that's where we are as far as upcoming plans. So all in all, I'm looking forward to getting the summer started. This past weekend was Memorial Day, so that was sort of a fun break, relaxing break that we had. So that was that. So that's what I got for you. And when it comes to updates, and I keep thinking, what is the purpose of this channel? Where am I going? And I want to keep doing this because I think it's valuable just in itself. And as many other creators have noted, ad revenue on YouTube has tanked. So if this is your livelihood, if you're doing this for a business, like you had better diversify. And this, I still have thoughts of doing this as a business or turning this into something. It's just going to require time and energy and effort and thought, which because of the work situation where I'm learning a new position, and B, with the family stuff that was going on, I just did not have any of that. And I'm not even going to say that I'll have that going forward, but I will endeavor to make some type of regular update. Most of the channels that I really admire and look up to are just in the habit of doing weekly updates no matter what. I think of Mary at Penny's Not Perfection. She's kind of my my gold star, my gold standard when it comes to her channel layout. And I just really appreciate what she's doing over there. And this is clearly, I'm doing this for the love of the game. Like really, that's all. And just to kind of keep updated, if you're following my journey, I so appreciate you. And I want to share an update with you just as I guess, human to human, people that are, as someone who's dedicated to self-improvement and growth, I want to just keep sharing my story. So that is what I have for you at the end of May. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Someone was like, oh, I really appreciate your videos, but if you just get different backgrounds, it would make a world of difference. And I'm like, I wish, like, thank you very much. I wish. Right now, this is the very best I can do. One day I would love to have different backgrounds, but this is what I got for now. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll keep watching. Bye.